everybody. We are back. It's been a minute since we've been here, I guess, eh? Um, yeah, crazy. It was so funny. We haven't been on for so long. I actually almost forgot how to make the program, like to make the link.
That's
And I was
funny.
like, wait a minute, how do I do this? Wait a minute, what am I missing? I kept feeling like I was missing something, like maybe I didn't do this right, or maybe I didn't do that right. Finally, I figured it out, and I was like, okay, I think we're good. I got a new webcam. I don't know if it looks clear or not, but I
It
picked up a
does.
new.
It does. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
Everything is like clear. Like I can see everything in the background. Previously, I wasn't able. It was like a blur.
which
So
is
it looks
not a
really
bad
good.
thing considering the state of the room right now, but it is what it is.
It's
We
cute.
can
I like it. I like your shelves and your little dream catcher. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. I thought, you know what? I'm going to splurge and get a new webcam. Actually, the one I had was really good. Like I do like it. Like it was still, rated one of the top or whatever. But I don't know. I'm one of those people I have to try new things sometimes when it comes to electronics. I'm like a junkie. You know what I mean? So I I like new tech. I don't know. Maybe I should do a product review show or something like that because I tell you, I love new tech. But
Product
anyway, how you
review
do?
and like unboxing and those things. People
Yeah,
love
yeah.
unboxing videos.
That would actually be kind of fun because I love figuring that kind of stuff out. It will frustrate the hell out of me, but then I love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I just got back from Florida like couple weeks ago. It was wonderful. We had a great vacation. Um, we had lots of fun. There was walking, walking,
Yeah. I
walking,
figured, yeah.
walking. So I, I
It's a
was
lot.
I was so sore at the end of the day. You feel kind of like a penguin. You're kind of like, I'm doing it. I'm walking. I'm a walking. And
How was the
then,
weather?
oh, it was beautiful. Like
It was
every
good.
day was high 80s. There was one day where it was a little cloudy, I guess, or a little bit not as hot, at the
Mhm.
beginning of the day. But I think by noon it really cleared up and it came back hot again. The one that so I've been to both Disney World and Disneyland. I'm gonna be honest, I liked California better, but I like Florida, the state, better. So I don't know, like, can they not just like pick up all of the stuff that I like about the California Disney and just put it into Florida? Because I think that
Right.
that's what they should do. But
Yeah.
yeah, the Universal at California, it I'm just letting everybody know if you're ever gonna go to Universal Studios, you go to California. You go to when you see the difference between California and Florida, you're mind blown. Mind
Do
blown.
they also have the Harry Potter too or no in
Oh
California?
yeah, they have the Harry Potter there for sure,
Oh.
and it's new. They didn't have it all open when we went in 19, but it's all open now. They also have the Marvel, Mario, like all of that. But they've also got the one thing that I really liked about the California one, is well, they had The Walking Dead. So we were able to go into like a Walking Dead ride, which they don't have at this Universal at
Mhm.
Florida. But they also have a tram. So it's like a big train. Not the Harry Potter train. This is a different train. It's like a tram. It's an open air tram. And it takes you around to all of the Universal movie sites,
Okay, that's
and then you
awesome.
get to see some of the old things like Jaws. So you're on the tram and you're going across this little bridge, and all of a sudden,
Oh,
doo doo, doo doo,
they
doo
took away
doo.
Jaws in Florida. We had it.
Yeah,
They took
yeah,
it
that's what they
away.
said. They took it away, but
Yeah.
they still have it at in California. They have the Psycho House. They have or the Bates Motel and the Psycho House. You got Norman Bates that comes out carrying like a dead body. You see Marilyn Monroe, Frankenstein, like they're all on this tour, and it's
Mhm.
the nice thing is it's only one park, it's not two parks. So you're not paying double.
Yeah.
So when you pay for Universal, you're paying for Universal. Also, the live shows like Waterworld in California, fucking mind blowing. Like
Yeah.
literally a plane comes down and stops a couple hundred feet away from you. A plane on fire. Like, but
Wow.
yeah, so the shows there are like spectacular. And we were looking for that. We were expecting that, I guess, in Florida, and they had none of it. And we were like, but it was a lot of walking for not as much as you're getting in California. Like I have to
Mhm.
say, like that, it is worth the money. It is worth the money to go to that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, here's the thing, we had a great time. We had a great time. The only thing I did not like was the one thing on the way home, and that was the turbulence because I thought literally I was gonna be one of those people that you hear on the news that make the pilot land the
Oh
plane,
my
like,
gosh. Yeah.
field or something like that because
Yeah.
the turbulence was so bad, you kind of flew out of your seat and you would land.
Oh my
And
god.
I'm not a good like, I'm okay with planes, you know what I mean? But I have to mentally, like, it's a lot of mental gymnastics for me, right? So,
Yeah.
nobody else would know. Like, you would never know that I was doing mental gymnastics, you know? But it does take a lot for me to get on a plane, and one of the reasons why is because of Hawaii, because it's still one of those things is that we were supposed to be on the plane that had the top ripped off, right? And we changed planes at the last moment. And so for me, every time I get on a plane now, I always think it could be, or it could have been, or like, so I have to play with my head a little bit. Like I have to, calm myself down. I have to, do whatever it is that I need to do to get on and to be good, to behave
Yeah.
myself on the plane. Right? But
Yeah.
nobody else would know that I'm doing this. I don't make it a public display. But I tell you, the amount of turbulence that we experienced, I was just like, oh my god. And at one point I just had to sit there and I was just like,
It's
and
crazy. I would
Dre
have
was about
freaked
to
out.
talk to me. Yeah, he's about to talk to me, and I went, just don't,
Don't
just don't
talk right
talk
now.
right now. Because I'm just like this the whole time. I'm just like fucking praying. Like I was not doing good. And then when we finally evened out, I said, okay, it's safe to talk now. You can talk now, but I needed to have that come to Jesus moment on myself. I'm just like, this is not good. And then at one point, so we went from Florida to Denver. So there's Dre, me in the middle, and then some dude with a 9-month-old baby. And I'm not a good person when it comes to babies on a plane. Because I'm already doing mental gymnastics in my own head, right? And so to have some like, I don't care if they're on the plane, it's just right beside me. I'm not good with that
Mhm.
because I don't want to hear the screaming, the crying, the whatever. I'm not feeling sorry for you and your baby because you brought the baby on the plane. Like I'm feeling sorry for me at this moment because I'm the one that has to listen to it. That sounds really mean, but I don't care. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
I have my own like I said, come to Jesus moments when I'm on a plane and I have to be focused in on them.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so, it's like I just want as much of my own personal weird space as I could possibly get. And then I mean, actually the baby was, for the most part pretty good. You know what I mean? And I ended
Yeah.
up, we ended up chatting a little bit and, it was good. Like I was okay with it. But when I first got on, I was like, smoke coming out of my nostrils. Like, there's a baby there. Damn it. This is not going to be good. But I was okay with it after a while. And then but yeah, it once we got to, Edmonton when we landed though, I tell you, I was very happy just to be off the plane. But you know what? I would definitely do it again. Like it was such a good time. It was such a good time.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
A getaway is always good.
How have you been?
Well, during your time of vacay, I was in the hospital with a kidney stone. And I was there from 5:30 in the morning all the way to the evening, and I got home and it was a nightmare.
Oh my
I was
God.
going through pain consistently, and what they sent me home with was not enough. And it the next day, the same thing. I was just suffering. By the third day, it was okay. Like it was better. It wasn't
Yeah.
too strong. But ever since then, I've been chugging water like crazy. I stopped drinking sodas, well, dark
Yeah.
soda. Um, and I've been just watching my water intake. So,
Isn't it crazy though how much it can really affect you, like that water and stuff. My son had kidney stones um Christmas of 22. No, 21. 21. And like Christmas Day, we ended up spending the day in the
oh
hospital,
my
right?
God.
Yeah. And with kidney stones, and he said the pain was just like something that he has never experienced.
No, you know what I describe it as, and it's funny because I thought I was the only one. Other people describe it the same way. Well, women. It's like labor pain, but worse, like more
Mhm.
intense,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Crazy,
That
isn't it? Yeah,
yeah.
it's bad, but same thing, as soon as that happened with him, he was like drinking water, changed a lot of his own, on his own, changed his lifestyle, which was pretty good for a
Yeah,
16-year-old. Like he kind of,
that's good.
read up on it and was like, I do not want to experience that again ever. So,
I know. This was my third time. This one was the worst. And that was like my wake up call, like stop screwing around and drink your damn water and quit drinking all that damn soda, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. Did they
So
give you at least give you morphine or something in the hospital, or
when I was in the hospital, they gave me Dilaudid.
Dilaudid? Yeah.
The first dose wasn't doing anything for me. And I was like I can't, I'm dying, like I need something else. And so they came back, and on the second dose they gave me Toradol, and nothing. The lady had to come back two more times with Dilaudid until I was able to finally like relax, and I fell asleep.
Oh, good. Yeah, because I know
Yeah.
with my son, they had given him Toradol. It's really interesting how, we just need sometimes that kick,
Yeah.
and then we start really changing. So I did something, which I haven't even really talked about at all. Like I haven't told anyone, I haven't really mentioned it or anything like that. I told a couple of people, but I completely quit smoking like 2 months ago. I know. And, it wasn't so much like a wake up call that I needed, but I decided like I'm done, and I'm done. And even then I wasn't really like a heavy smoker or anything like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was just like I was just done. I was just done. And I went, okay, I'm just putting them down. And it's really interesting because it's been hard, but it's been easy. And I'll tell you, there have been hard moments where it's more the habit. Like, let's say you're stressed and you're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna," you know what I mean? Because that's how you might
Right.
have held, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't even do weed or anything like that. Like I'm pretty, I don't know, goody two shoes, I guess, in that extent. You know what I mean? I eat healthy. I eat healthy. The worst thing is like my coffee, maybe. But so you have different mechanisms of coping with stuff. And thank you, Jamie. She says, "Congrats on quitting." Yes, thank you. And so that's what I found was a little bit, but then, we went to Florida, and I mean, here I sat next to, like I said, the squawking baby. I had turbulence on the plane. You have there was many stressors, where normally I would just go and I might, have a cigarette or whatever.
Yeah.
None, none. The easy part was, though I will tell you, I would not have been able to probably walk like 10 miles a day, not kilometers, miles a day, because we walked so freaking much if I had still been a smoker.
Smoking. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Or I wouldn't have been, like, I mean, I stopped completely coughing. Like, I don't, like, there's no coughing, no nothing. Like, I feel great. I feel great. And that's been the
Good.
easy part. So even if there's been a little bit of a sugar bug in my head about it, you just kind of go, no, I love how I feel and I'm
Yeah,
good. Yeah. And it's, there's been, I would say there's been more easy moments and good moments than there has been hard moments. So
that's good.
yeah, Jenny says, I'm sure food tastes better. Again, yes and no.
Really? I've never, I don't know, because I've never
Yes
smoked
and
cigarettes. I
no.
know
There's
Miguel did, so he would know. I don't know.
Yeah, I noticed actually that some food you're like, "Oh, is that what you really taste like?" Because it was muted before.
I guess because your taste buds, with the
Yeah, like,
cigarette is
is this
changing.
really what it tastes like? I don't know if I like this. Like, some of it is stronger, than
Uh-huh.
what you're experiencing. So some foods taste great, but it's funny because a lot of people, they're like, oh, you're going to eat more. And I'm like, I actually found I eat less because that was one of my triggers is that I would have a meal, you'd want to have a smoke, right? And
Mhm.
so now I eat when I'm hungry. That's about it. I don't use it as a tool. Like I don't
Right.
use eating as a replacement or anything like that. But yeah, but it does, it takes those health things to sometimes, I was thinking about it and I thought, how am I going to make it to Florida? Like this was about a month or so, maybe more, before we went to Florida that I was like, we're going to be walking a lot. And I don't want to be in the middle of like one of the parks and be jigging for a smoke because that sucks.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, that would, or be in the airport and lose my shit on somebody because I'm needing a cigarette, right?
Yeah,
And so I just kind of went, okay, I'm done. I'm done. And should have done it years ago, as they say, it's so cliche, but yeah, it is what it is. And but this is my first, I guess, public announcement about it. I see a lot of people that will be like, I'm quitting smoking today on social media. And I'm like, I'm not doing that because what if I can't?
right.
What if I can't?
Yeah. So
I don't know. Huh?
during this break, we both had like this wake up call and made a change.
Right? I know. It's good though, right? Like I think, it's interesting because maybe that is something that was totally needed. That's what
Yeah.
I feel. Like something, and I've noticed it with other people too, like where other people are like, I stopped doing this, or I stopped eating as much, or I stopped eating this particular thing, or, some people even changing like or following their diet habits, like they should be
Mhm.
eating maybe gluten free, but they weren't before, and now
Yeah.
suddenly. So I think that there's been maybe something in the air. I don't,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
to add to that, I also have been watching my salt intake. I don't really
yeah.
like look for adding more salt to my already cooked food when before I did. And that's another trigger for kidney stones too, a lot of salt. And not only that, but my family has high blood pressure and heart disease and stuff like that. So I was like,
Yeah.
I need to get it together.
It's not, you know what? Good for you. Like you should be really proud of yourself, right? And even with me, that's one of the things I noticed. My blood pressure went down, my heart rate's back to normal. I'm
Wow.
not tired, like honestly, even at the end of the day, the only thing that was hard was the fact that my legs were killing me. But I wasn't I don't know how to describe that. Like physically in my chest,
Right.
I wasn't tired. Like I still could have kept going. And if I would just have to maybe put my legs on somebody else or get new legs. Borrow somebody else's for the day. But yeah, once you start making those changes, I've been going to the gym every day. Like there's so many
Oh, I
things.
saw that. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and I just started going like every day. I just, go even if it's like for half an hour or whatever. It's
That's
for me. It's not for anybody else. It's just,
yeah.
it's something that we need to do. But anyway, guys, if you feel the need to make changes within your life, maybe this is a good time to do it because, I feel like we need to be stronger physically and mentally as humans right now.
Yeah.
And when you cut away some of those things, those habits or whatever, you start to, you're not clouded by them anymore. You start to really see things clearer or maybe perhaps on a different level, or you're not bothered or stressed by some of the things that maybe perhaps might have bothered or stressed you before. So I hope that makes sense. But anyway, Jessica, let's get into the reading. So Jessica, and she says, welcome back. Thank you. She said, Cameron asked me to postpone our holiday to the summer. My boss approved my summer holiday and also asked me to work in the US for 2 months afterwards. I found Cameron to be a bit thoughtful, distant. He's not given me any specific dates, nor has he confirmed if I can stay with him for those 2 months. I'd like to know his thoughts and if he is willing to go through with these plans together.
Hmm. Um. Jessica, I honestly feel that, he wouldn't mind you staying with him. He would be open to you staying with him. I just kind of like what you're picking up on. His energy is a little off, and I've never gotten his energy off in previous readings that, with you in regards to Cameron. Um So I don't know if something took place that might have changed his energy a little bit. Jessica, I know you had mentioned to me on a private reading something else that took place. I don't know if that's something that is still keeping his energy a little off. But let me see what I can get for you in more detail. Okay, so it's kind of the same thing that I'm getting, Jessica. Basically, not to have to worry too much about it. You know, don't think too hard into it. It kind of feels like you also just need to open up with him about it, not wait for him to kind of like bring it up or figure it out, or hide around the bush about it. Just be like, bring it. I don't know if you told him in detail, but like say, hey, I'm gonna be there these 2 months. Will you be willing, or are you open to me staying with you those 2 months? Or, what are the plans? Kind of like bringing it up again and getting a yes or no versus kind of, oh, so I'm gonna be there in the summer. So what do you think? Kind of thing. Like be more direct about it. Um, stay positive about it. I don't want you kind of
So she
doubting
already
the
asked.
whole doubting the whole situation to where you did ask him. I still feel, Jessica, that he would be open to letting you stay. I do get that. Aside from that, I do get the opportunity card, which is It's all, you already told me everything that just took place, with your boss and everything. That I always continuously get that card for you. So you're still on this positive path, the path that you're supposed to be on. Even though things are a little off with Cameron, I still feel that he would be open to you staying, or with you staying with him. So I hope that helped.
Jessica, does he is there somebody that lives with him? Like, does he have a roommate or something about that? Something with that? Like, or is he on his own? I just keep getting there's something about his house or his place, and I don't like it feels occupied, and you know what I mean? And I don't know if this is like it's a mess or if it's something that he's embarrassed of, or that there's a roommate there. Like, it just feels there, it feels like there's a
I
um
talked with her recently about it, but Jessica, I leave it up to you, to answer Kathy's question, because I always like to make sure that Kathy picks up things without me saying anything. So,
cool. Okay. I'll just wait
but
for her to.
yes, but yeah, you're
Yeah.
you're you're accurate there. Yeah, I
Okay.
just
Yeah,
I just
because it,
wasn't sure
it,
if you
it
wanted
it
to
feels
open up
like
about
that's
it.
being a prevention in some way. In regards to oh, he lives close to his parents, maybe that.
Yeah, okay. So she said, "Sure, go ahead."
Okay.
There was a little incident. I don't know if this girl's. I'm not sure what you're picking up, if this girl lives there or not. But there was a little incident within him and this other girl. They were physically involved, but he told her about it. He confessed to her about it. Mind you, remember, they're in a distant relationship. Nothing is super concrete. Um, so he opened up and told her about that situation. So I don't know if that's exactly what it is that you're picking up. And it kind of
Well,
messed
I
things
kind of
up.
feel that she might, or she was. I don't know particularly about now, but I can't. I just get this energy that I don't know how to explain it. It almost feels like I want to say that his energy towards Jessica is really it's really nice. It's beautiful. Like, he has hope and faith and thought, and he thinks about this relationship, right? I feel like this other person, because there was like that long distance, he wasn't really sure where things were going to go with Jessica, all of that. That is it's something on the side that really he didn't put a lot of thought into on his end, but I do feel this other person might have put a little bit more energy into the thought process of it than he did. I kind of feel like he's a little bit. If does this person did she work with him?
That I don't know.
Do you know, Jessica? Because it just feels like I wouldn't say he's with her or dating her, um, anything like that, but it does feel like there's some sort of, what's the word?
Not work related, maybe some other way. She said, no, not work. They don't work together.
It just feels did he tell this other girl about Jessica though? Like, this is the thing.
In her reading, I did pick up what you just picked up. I did get that the girl uh, thought that there was something more there, but he wasn't as interested in that way because he still has these
I don't
feelings
get
for
that
her.
he's interested in this person, like
Yeah.
in a in a you know relationship. And yes, he said he did. Okay, I just, you know what? I feel like this. I feel like he still wants something with you. I still feel that he wants to be with. I do feel this energy of this person kind of being around, but not being around because he's wanting her to be around. I almost get like this person is more like this with him.
Like pushing up on him.
But I don't feel that like, I know this sounds really weird, but I'm almost feel like he's hesitant because of there could be a safety issue. And I don't mean that this chick is going to go, nutcase or anything like that, but I almost feel like he's a little bit concerned about, is she going to be showing up at the house while she's here? Like, is this somebody that I can have trust in? Like, or is she gonna, because I don't feel like this person wants to go away, but because his energy isn't attached to her, like I've never picked up on this person, and usually I'll pick up on third parties pretty quickly. Didn't pick up on this person whatsoever. And she says, I felt that. Okay. Like, kind of like about the safety issue, because that's how I feel like it's more of a safety. I don't know how to explain it. Like, he might be scared that this chick is going to just show up, or I don't feel like he knows her all that well, and that she really wants more out of this, and that, there could be some, I don't know. I don't know if she's completely stable, to be honest. Yeah, the safety issue. So I would actually kind of just let this play out for a little bit. I mean, worst case scenario, if you do have to get, your own place for the 2 months that you're there, I don't feel like that's going, or even for, even if you get it for a month, right? Or something like that. I still feel that he wants to be with you. That's what I keep getting. But but what I would do is just in your head kind of make alternate plans, simply because of the fact that you don't want to be wasting time waiting for him to, tell you about this, or whether or not you can be there. But what I feel from that is that you will be staying with him, or at least be seeing him a good portion of the time that you're there, even if you're not completely living with him. I'm also really getting something about his place, and I'm not sure exactly what that is. I mean, I don't know if it's because he lives close to mom and dad. I don't know if he's prepared for the cleaning or something, that, it would be for somebody to be staying with him for 2 months, because that is a lot. Can I ask if he kept seeing her? Um, I'm getting that there's more of an energy of really pulling back. I don't know if he completely just went, okay, we're done. You know what I mean? But I do feel the starting to disappear, not be able to continue plans, that sort of thing is what I get. I don't know if he completely just stopped all of a sudden, but I don't really feel this person particularly around uh at the moment. Literally, Three of Swords comes up. I kind of feel like he's taking, like you said, he's avoiding, could be ghosting, doing something, instead of being a mature human and actually just picking up the phone, he's probably ghosting her, to some degree, right? But I would say give this another, week or two. Give it another week or two. And then if you have to ask him again, about it, just, even if it's a matter of, look, I gotta know. I gotta make my own plans,
Yeah.
but I still feel him coming around. So yeah, I hope
Yeah.
that helps. The house is maybe because they did it at his house. Could be, could be. Um, I don't know why. It just feels like she's way more comfortable. Maybe that's it. Maybe she's way more comfortable at this house than he wants her to be. Like, I don't feel like he wants her around, to be honest. Like, I don't feel, here's the thing, Jessica, he didn't have to tell you about her, because you probably never would have found out. And I think that it is, as hard as it is admirable that he did tell you. I do feel that. He literally could have just disappeared off the planet. you know, especially it being a long distance relationship. And I feel like that's something to keep in mind. I feel like the reason that he did say is because of the fact that he did feel really guilty about it, and that he really didn't want her around, to be honest. Like
Hmm.
I do feel but because of the fact that it's not completely a decision as to whether or not you can stay there or not stay there, I just feel it's a matter of safety. And I don't mean she's going to go, bunny boiling or anything like that. What I mean is that, she might linger or be around the neighborhood, I just feel like he's like, I don't know if I really want this person to even know who's at my house.
Hmm.
That's what I get. So, yeah, anything to add to that?
No, that's I picked up a lot of what you did when I did that reading for her. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Heather. So, we're looking into Heather and Zach. She wants to know what his energy is towards her. Any updates, like basically, how's he feeling? Will he be coming around? That sort of thing.
um, I pick up you have crossed his mind, Catherine. Will there be any like a reconciliation between you two?
Heather, not for me. It's for Heather.
uh,
Heather and Zach.
why did I say Catherine?
I
Oh,
don't know.
because you put it in there.
Oh,
She said, Catherine, no updates. So I saw Catherine and I said, Catherine, I didn't even realize it. Will there be reconciliation with Zach and Heather? I'm sorry. The reconciliation is 50-50. I don't get a definite answer for that one. So I'm just getting a 50-50 is what I can tell you from that. But definitely you have crossed his mind. Let me see what else we can get for Heather and Zach. It's just between Heather and Zach. So honestly, Heather, I don't pick too much up from Zach, and that could just be his energy. Like I said, I get 50-50 from him. What I'm getting for you is more of being aware of your circle, being more either clearing your circle, the people that are close to you, like maybe distancing yourself, cleaning your circle, or like you have this like support system. So I don't know if that resonates with you, but that is something that came through for me. Aside from that, I got abundance. So I'm not sure. I know she said she's not going to be in the live, so I can't really ask her questions, but I'm getting abundance from you. Financially, it feels financially. Is there abundance? Yeah, financially, I do get for you, Heather. Um, so I don't know if this has to do with a new job or promotion or some kind of money coming through for you or a raise, but I do get financial abundance for you. Um, most of the messages I'm getting for you, Heather, is really more in regards to you. Like they want you to know these things. They're not really giving me too much about Zach. Um, but they are telling me to definitely not worry too much into the situation because it's going to resolve at
yeah.
some point. I do get that. And a lot of balancing. A lot of balancing, and this is more like for you. This is for you. Girl, I don't pick up too much about Zach. This is you. So balancing things out, the good and the bad, and what's your priorities, what's more important, what's here now, and not worry too much about what's not there and what's not working. So that's what I get for Heather.
So Heather, I really get that Zach's, not in his power, which is really weird. Like Emperor in reversed, with the Tower. The Emperor is somebody who's not being strong within themselves. This is for him. There's a lot of clarity that's coming through right now. But I do believe that this clarity, King of Swords, Ace of Swords coming through. I mean, that's a shithead ton of clarity coming. Like that's like bang, bang on the crown chakra, like splitting it open kind of thing, right? The interesting thing is I feel like this breakup and the things that he's actually gone through over the last couple of months, um they've broken down a lot of his previous in his head thought processes or constrict like restrictions within himself or things like that. It's almost like he's getting a lot of clarity about things that he felt were important to him at some point in time. He's not quite 100% ready to let a lot of those go. There's nobody else though, is what I'm getting. Like there's nobody else in his life. I don't feel that he's, besides maybe friends and stuff like that. I'm not getting, I like literally like so many swords coming through here. Two of Swords, Queen of Swords, got the King and the Queen. We got the Knight coming through. I mean, there's a lot of clarity, a lot of truth that's being seen and being processed at this particular moment. He's thinking about where he does want to be, come the future. He is looking at Two of Cups coming through for you, Four of Wands coming through, Knight of Swords. This is a matter of time and patience. And I do feel like what Naomi said in regards to kind of focusing just on yourself, your own abundance. It's actually interesting because I know that Heather did get a second job. So the fact that you brought that
Ooh.
up, so that, just as a kind of a side thing or whatever. But so the abundance might be coming in from there as well. But it's basically saying like he's going through something huge. Whatever this hugeness is, I'm not 100% sure. But right now, he's got to focus in that. And I feel like this is going to be a benefit to you and the extent that it's going to help him come to his own decisions about where it is that he wants to go. I still feel that that you are definitely in his purview, that you're there as his like he wants this for the future. Anybody who's watching the show, I saw some new people coming through. Sorry guys. If you do want a reading, it's going across the screen. You can either PayPal or email transfer if you're in Canada. It's only for Canadians. To C Rogers 5555. There's 4 5s. And it's a $10 minimum for a reading today. So if you would like to, but also just let us know that you have sorry, I'm just blocking somebody. Please let us know that you have donated, just because we might not see it as we're going through, the readings here. But Heather, I feel like this is just a matter of patience. I feel like the two, like, you have to work on yourself and he's working on himself, and then it's coming in together. But it's almost a case of two strong, like you both have to be strong individuals in order to come together as this one unit, is what I keep getting. So let him figure out where he is, because here's the thing. Let's be honest, you weren't completely happy with how that relationship was. And some of the things that he did, ask of you or, want from the relationship. And so I feel like those are things that he has to come to terms with on his own as well. And you want to be in a relationship that's going to be happy and satisfied and not feel this pressure from, a relationship should flow. It shouldn't have this, I don't know what to say to them, or I don't know how to do this, or I don't know. Like, it should flow. And I feel like the flow will happen for the two of you, but it needs more patience, is what I keep getting. I feel like also, with his birth sign, knowing what he is and stuff, there's a lot of got a hair on my eye, sorry. There's a lot of self-preservation that he's, it's all about him. And he has to drop this. He has to drop that shift within himself. I mean, it doesn't mean that he can't, make himself happy or be happy within the relationship. It's not about that. But it doesn't need to be my way or the highway. And that's kind of where he is within stuff. And I feel like he's just learning to slowly let this go and go into something. The problem is, and it's not really a problem, I guess, for him, but I guess more for you, is he is a person that is a solitary creature. And so, the way he's looking at it is, do I need to drop all of this to be in this relationship? Or am I happy in this relationship? Or am I happy just with myself? And I do feel that he is missing you, that he wants to create this relationship with you, but it is going to take some time. So I hope that helps. And I hope that gave you a little bit of clarity and stuff. We have Miguel, Mr. Miguel. Miguel wants a message from his guides.
Okay.
General reading. And anybody watching the show for the first time, welcome. We really appreciate you being here. Thanks for tuning in.
Ooh. Okay. The first thing, and it's funny because it's probably what he wants to hear and something that he's been working on. So, quick update. Miguel got some business cards and he got insured, and he also invested on a massage chair because he had a massage table, the bed, but now he has a chair, and he's been promoting himself. And so the first thing I got for him was abundance. So
Good.
that's awesome. The only thing I do pick up, though, aside from that abundance message, is that this abundance can take place, this can happen, but you got to put forth in a lot of effort. You got to really put yourself out there. It's literally like it's right here. It's up to you. You can make that happen, but you really have to continue working on it. You can't just, promote one time and then forget about it and go about your day. Like, you really have to focus on it and put your energy into it. Aside from that, I do get I should let Kathy do this one. It has to do with our relationship, babe. Basically it just feels like um, you know, we've been a little disconnected, and it feels like we're gonna have that connection again. It's just a lot of the situations that we're going through that have nothing to do with our relationship. That's kind of what's giving us that disconnection. Um, and lastly, I'm picking up you needing to let go. I get this for him all the time. This particular moment, I usually have a feeling as to why or who he needs to be letting go of, but I'm right now I'm not picking it up, and maybe Kathy can pick it up, but there's something that you're still needing to release or let go or forget.
Yeah, I keep hearing the word drop it.
Really? Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
So
like
yeah,
I
there
kept
you
hearing
go.
drop it, like drop it. You got to get like just drop it. And I feel sorry, I didn't mean to pop in.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
I feel like some of that is more beliefs, fears, all of that holding. Miguel, I really feel you have to stop. You let yourself get to a point of abundance or prosperity or whatever, something along that line, but then you kind of I feel like what you need, I feel like what I'm hearing in regards to this, in regards to the drop it and stuff, it's almost as though there's a bit of self-sabotage that's going on in there. And it's like I feel like you need to work on your deserving, like you deserve. And because it almost feels as like you get to a certain place, and this could be within your mind, and then all of a sudden, especially once you start to see prosperity, and then you start taking steps backwards, or you find ways in your head to sabotage it in some manner. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's almost like you have to have the belief and the understanding that you truly deserve all of the good things, all of the good things. And this is where I'm getting like you might need to work on whether this is through self-confidence, like meditation, therapy, I don't know. But stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting the fact of your deserving, because you do deserve it. Here's the interesting thing, Miguel. How can you continue doubting when you have so many damn angels and guides that are surrounding you on a regular basis? And that's what you have to remember. Why am I still doubting when I have all of these um angels and guides that want to help me, and that are showing me a way and all of this other stuff, right? Because here's the thing, is if you weren't deserving, you wouldn't have met Amy. You wouldn't have the beautiful daughters that you have, right? So you are, and that's really the strong message that keeps coming through. I feel like with your relationship, yeah. um You guys got to find a freaking babysitter for a couple of, like, for even for a night or two.
I've been begging for a date. We need to go get away, do something.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, because I mean, here's the thing. Your relationship is good. I mean, there's nothing, like, you're not on any verge or anything like this. Like, but you guys need that reconnection. You definitely need this reconnection again. And I feel like you need to have, whether it's rent a night in a hotel, for God's sakes, you know, or see if somebody can come stay at your house, or something like that, just for a night. Um, get a babysitter, or at least go out, or do something. Just you guys got to reconnect here. And um, he says we just talked about that yesterday. So, but I do feel like this is something that is, it's important to the both of you. And I also feel too, there's some strategy. I feel like if you guys sat down and created a strategy between the two of you, not just with your relationship, but I mean like moving forward, the financial, and really stick to it. Stop, again, Miguel, you can't doubt yourself. And I feel like that's where a lot of the problems come through, is like a doubt. So and forgive me for saying this, especially publicly, whatever, but it's almost as though you guys can go 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps forward, and then you get this doubt, and you kind of, if you're on a game board, let's just say, it's like the little game pieces, they're chugging, they're going up 3, 4, 5, and then all of a sudden the game piece turns around and it's like, I'm going to head the other way. And so that's where some of that comes through. And I feel like that's what needs to happen. So stop doubting yourself, keep going forward. Even if it's a matter of stopping, getting your bearings together, and then continue going, but stop turning around and running the other way. I hope that makes sense. Does that make any sense to you, Naomi?
Yes, most definitely.
Okay. Good things are coming though. I mean, they really are coming. And especially like congratulations on getting, this oh, you're bright all of a sudden.
It got dark. I'm like, turn the light on.
Especially with this the massage and stuff like that. The thing is, I think what kind of scares you is sometimes what happens is you get memories of something that might have happened. Like, okay, you might be setting something up, and then it's like there's a feeling or an emotion, or maybe you get a memory of something that might set you back a bit, or maybe, it's like something pops in your head and you kind of put a halt on stuff because of the fact that you're scared of reliving something, or you're scared of going through something again, however it is. I'm not exactly sure. But when you get that fear, that feeling to, run, or that you can't keep moving ahead, stop and clear whatever it is that you feel might be holding you back. That's what I keep getting. Even if it just takes a day or two before you progress, just don't go backwards. So, and I'm getting something about spending. So I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but it's kind of like halt the spending unless it's necessary, because that might be setting you back as well, if that makes sense. So, okay. I hope that gave some clarity. Yeah, and Jenny said it, like he feels like he's undeserving. But the fact of the matter is that you're very deserving. Very deserving. You just got to, realize it yourself, and you'll see how deserving you actually and truly are. So, yeah. You're so welcome. So we're going to go to Jenny. And guys, if there is anybody else that would like to get a reading, please let us know right away. Because otherwise we'll be ending it at Jenny's. But yeah. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not true. Will. I actually, because I didn't see it come up. Sorry, Will. We're going to be doing yours after Jenny. So after Jenny's will be Will. I truly apologize, Will. And I think Will just wanted a general reading. Sorry. But yeah, what are we looking into for Jenny here? Just give me 1 second. So Jenny is saying she'd like a love reading, and for herself and DeMarcus, who's a Pisces. I'd like to check in on our connection. Who is DeMarcus? Have we talked about him before? Have I read about him? I'm not sure. I don't think.
I know she's done some private readings with you, but I don't know if she ever mentioned this guy.
I'm not sure. Maybe just give me a refresher on on uh on DeMarcus.
I get like this person being someone temporary. So like connection wise, again, I'm just picking up this person being temporary. It doesn't feel like he's the one for you or anything of that sort. Like he's not. Temporary, okay? I'm sticking with the word because I can't explain it in detail, but I don't feel like this is someone that you're going to be having a future with or spending or putting in all your energy into, if that makes sense. Let me see what else I picked up. Oh, Jenny says, okay, so she said he's the one who had some explaining to do. Oh, wait, okay. Okay. I know. I remember. Okay. I got this for you before. Okay, so yeah, that's what I keep picking up too. Like Jenny's like, yeah, same. I know this already. Yeah, it's what I keep picking up. But in the first thing that I do get in regards to him is like really something that is more like up to you. Like if you want to keep putting some of your energy into him, you can, but it's not really going to go anywhere, and it's not like um like right now, currently, maybe in the past there was a reason why he came into your life, but currently I don't feel that. I don't feel like he has any purpose. Just passing time, basically what I had told you this few days ago. Is what I get with him. So really at the end of the day, it's more something up to you. I don't really get any kind of deep connection with this person. Um Aside from that, I do get that you're needing to, or you're in the process of connecting again with your spirit guides, with just spiritual in general, that you're connecting with them again, like they're like opening their arms to you basically, and like welcoming you back in, like hello, like where have you been, type of thing. And it just feels like you're connecting with them again and you're doing your energy work. And I know recently you had told me you started using your pendulum, and and she had purchased some cards recently too, like a new deck or something. So so that's just they're telling you like continue, like hey, you're back. That's awesome. So I do get that from you,
That's so
for you
cool.
too. Yeah. And however, I don't know how this resonates with you. I don't pick up someone particularly, but you needing to be more firm with someone, firm, like putting that foot down, firm, with a particular person. I don't like, again, I don't really feel um I can't pick up who it is, Jenny, to be honest with you. But however it resonates with you, then I'm sure you'll know who that person is. And lastly, I'm picking up forgiveness. I don't. Is this forgiveness? It doesn't really feel like it has anything to do with this DeMarcus guy. This is something completely separate. Um, I don't, Jenny, it just kind of feels like this is something of you needing to get past or get over, letting go, if that makes sense to you, however it does. So that's mostly what I'm getting for Jenny at this time.
Yeah, I'm just outside of what your question was. Is there something going on with your oldest daughter? I don't know if that makes any sense. I just heard something. I can't really be specific about it. It just feels like maybe her energy is off for some reason. Um it feels like maybe misbehaving a bit, or kind of like it just feels kind of maybe a rebellious energy. I'm not really sure, but it feels like she might be a little bit off, if that makes any sense. I heard that and I needed to just ask you about it because it feels like I just feel a girl, an older girl, like not an older girl, but like maybe perhaps your oldest.
Oh, okay. So I wanted to clarify where the assertive came from, and that's what that was. They're telling me yes. So the assertiveness, being firm, putting your foot down has to do with your daughter.
Okay. Yeah, because maybe there's something going on with her. I don't know, but it kind of feels like the energy is just a little bit off. As far as this guy goes, oh, okay, yeah, she's been super angry lately. Yeah, I feel like you need to have either a sit down with her, or maybe just you and her have a good. There's something on her mind for sure, and I feel like she's rebelling, or whatever it is. But I do feel like this could be a little bit of a talk that you guys could have, or maybe as Namie said, putting your foot down, to some degree. Um, but now, as far as DeMarcus goes, I'm actually getting like, okay, so we've got the Page of Wands, the Death, and the King of Wands. He's a very immature. There's very immature energy in regards to him. And I feel like there's times where he can be pretending maybe he's mature, but it's really a false energy that's being shown here. It's almost as though he comes from a place of immaturity within himself. um it's interesting because this is the first time I've really noticed the face of this little Page of Wands, and you can see that look on his face. It's like almost like contempt, or kind of like sly, like what can I get away with.
Deceiving, yeah, yeah.
It's just, it's very deceiving. Like, yeah, like it's very sly energy. Like it's, you know, and for some reason I was really drawn to that look on his face, almost like, hmm, did I get away with it? Did I get away? And I don't think that he's doing anything in particular. It just feels like his energy, he tries to be the king, but he's not a king. He's not even close to being the king in any way. Maybe in his head, you know, some deluded part of himself, right? But he tries to portray this in some form. Here's the thing, Jenny, is I keep hearing you already know the answer to this, but you're kind of, I feel like there is a part of you that wants a distraction, or that wants, maybe to some degree, like some fun out of this, or a good, like, I don't want to mean like a good time, like I don't mean it like that, but just somebody that you can trust, or somebody that you can have faith in, even if it's not like a long term sort of thing. But and I feel like that can happen, but not with this guy. I feel like this guy, if anything, is just going to cause you a lot of freaking headaches. Like, there's not a lot of honesty that comes from him. Or it's not that he's lying. I don't know how to explain this. It sounds like he's exaggerating. Does that make sense? Or like stretching the truth, or like he tries to make himself sound better or be better than what he actually is, or not everything is as it appears to be. um I don't feel Yeah, it's just a fun time. And you know what? Here's the thing, you can keep it as a fun time. I feel like there's somebody else that wants to come through. I wanted to ask you, have you got how did you decide what to do about moving? Did you move? Did she move?
No.
Okay. Okay. Because I still feel like you need to do that. Like I feel like you need to take that step forward and do it. And you know what it's going to take, in order for you to do it, but I still feel like this is needed, to happen for you. So, anyway, I hope that helps. I do feel though with him, yeah, keep him as a good time, maybe. Um, I would literally, like, I'm being shown like a grain of salt. Like take him with a grain of salt, or take the relationship maybe, with kind of a grain of salt. Like I just feel it is what it is. That's all. It is what it is. Like I don't feel it going.
Temporary.
Yeah, I just feel it's temporary. I do feel though to have a good talk with your daughter, or to um, have a chat with her, ask her what's going on. I don't feel like she wants to reveal too much around other people though. So if you can get away, and take her someplace, go for an ice cream, go for whatever. I don't know how old she is in particular, but it kind of feels like this might be something just for you and her. Um, and she says, I just said that to him today. That's too funny. But yeah, I do feel something with your daughter. And I feel like it's important to, here's the thing. If I'm shown it, it's for a reason. So I feel like you know what I mean, to have that conversation with her, and give it an environment that she feels safe in, talking about. I don't know exactly what's going on with her, but I feel like she has a lot to say and she needs to express it, and that could be creating some sort of anger or behavior. um but she doesn't know how to, express it properly right now. Could also be a hormonal thing, I'm not sure, but it just feels like she needs to have that outlet to express at this point. So, I hope that helped. I hope that gave you some clarity. I feel like somebody else is going to come in. I really do. I just don't feel this person is the type of person that would bring you any sense of real happiness, to be honest. That's what I get. You know, I just feel I don't feel he's completely in touch with himself. He might touch himself, and that's about it. you know, he doesn't have, he doesn't have, he's a little bit off the rails, this guy. Yeah. So, yeah, anyway, I hope that helped. Will, we're gonna get a message for Will, and I think Will just wanted a general reading. He's at work, and he just wanted to see what was coming through for him.
Okay. So Will's gonna be like, you always get that for me. And I keep getting it for you, and it's a good card and it's a good message, and I'm gonna keep telling you big happy changes. I still get that for you, Will. There's uh, positive changes, a lot of shifts, positive shifts. A lot of shifts for good things to come through. So I still get that for you, Will. Um, but overall, I do get have a lot of trust. I don't know, if you've been doubting things recently, but I do get to trust, or trust the process, or to trust and believe within yourself is what I do get for you. And it's funny because I just looked at the second message for you, and and it's talking about you being able to believe in yourself. So a lot of self-confidence is needed, most definitely, for you. So cut out any doubting if you've been doubting yourself, um, is what I pick up for you. Um, other than that, I mean, there's new things coming through for you this year, and anytime you doubt yourself, you're just like you're holding yourself back. You know, you're like kind of like blocking these things that are coming through for you. So don't fall in this place of doubt. And I do get you needing to be more serious about a situation or a person. Like you're needing to be hmm, more upfront, more. I want to say the same thing I said earlier, like the putting the foot down type of thing, being more serious with a person or a situation, however that resonates with you, because I know he said he's training. So that is what I'm picking up for you generally. Well, so I hope that's helped.
So what I did is I decided to, because you didn't really give us, so you just kind of left it general, which is fine. Um, so what I did is I divided it into kind of categories here. Um, and so I went, with work, I went with love, I went with um, life in general. And I feel like the life in general is sort of seeping into the work. There is abundance coming through. It does talk about abundance with this Ace of Pentacles, more grounding energy. However, I do feel like there's something like it's almost like as though you're juggling too much. And I feel like one of the reasons that you're juggling things too much is because you're trying to distract yourself from maybe perhaps thinking or focusing or something along that line. um, and it kind of feels like you need to leave something or, maybe, um, like, I don't know if it's quitting a job or taking less hours or, whatever it is. It kind of feels as though you're go, 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 or you're juggling, 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 but yet you're not really, it's kind of like it reminds me of riding a bike at the gym. Like, you could pedal all you want, but you ain't going nowhere. Like, you know what I mean? And it feels like you need to actually go somewhere. And by dropping something, or maybe, maybe it's a matter of less hours, or, still enough to, pay your rent, your bills, and all of that stuff. But it kind of feels like you've got too much in the air right now, and you need to move away from something or end something, because this abundance does want to present itself or come in. But I'm also getting a lot of distraction going on, and it feels like you need to stop the distraction. Interesting enough what you said about, I don't know if that had to do with relationships, about taking somebody seriously, but literally I got the Knight of Swords coming through along with the Page of Coins, the Four of Wands when it comes to love life. Like, it looks like maybe it's taking somebody more seriously within your love life, like maybe somebody that you haven't been looking at properly, or or maybe somebody that you just kind of considered a friend. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but it kind of feels like there's a conversation that you need to have with somebody, and somebody wants to have with you maybe. I'm not exactly sure who or what this is, but it kind of feels like there's, especially with the Four of Wands. I mean, this is about, contentment, completion, being in a happy place. It is also the 1111. If you have been seeing that around, it kind of feels like it's leading you somewhere. But whether that conversation is with yourself or whether it's with somebody else, it feels like there needs to be some sort of heavy duty kind of conversation coming through here. Um, because something is literally Three of Wands, the star, like something is trying to come through. And it does feel like you're maybe not allowing it because of the fact that you've got so much going on, or you're juggling so much, or so, whatever it is, like something is holding you back a bit. And I'm not sure. what's happening or what exactly is going on. But it feels like to take a look, maybe take some time, maybe even, instead of going out, stay a night at home and really, do some personal thinking or something along that line. Because something is trying to embed its way in in a positive way, but you've kind of got some walls up here and they're asking you to let the walls down. So I hope that helps, Will. I hope that gave you a little bit of clarity, because I feel like something is trying to come through for you. That's positive. Very, very positive. So, yeah. Anything you need to add? You want to add?
No. Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. So guys, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for everybody who watched. Thanks for everybody who, subscribed to the channel. We'll be here next week. Thanks for everybody who has donated and has, just been here with us and been so patient. We really appreciate the patience. So thanks so much, guys. We hope you have an amazing week. Remember, if you do want a personal reading, you can contact me at oracleintuitions.com. If you would like a personal reading with Nami, you can contact her, where this is still at Mimi's Holistics on
Or
TikTok
Mimi,
or on
Mimi underscore for you on TikTok, the way I have it here on the screen.
Okay. And the link to your Etsy store where they can purchase personal readings. Remember that Nami is online almost every day on TikTok, right? Or are you on the other one now too?
I'm on both. So I'm on the Clapper and TikTok.
Awesome. I'm probably going to be checking out that Clapper too. I think that sounds really, really cool. So, um maybe we can find a way to work it in where we're both doing the show or something like that. I think
Yeah.
that would be fun. So, thanks guys again. Take care, everybody. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.